معرفة.
Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Today we will discuss about takaful, which is also called as Islamic insurance. All human beings naturally love their lives and possessions. So for example, if this is an individual, now this individual would like to protect, and he would be concerned about protecting his own individual life and the lives of his dear ones. So he would be concerned to protect. So he would be concerned about his health and the health of his family. At the same time, he would be concerned about protecting his possessions, his wealth, and wealth could be in various forms. For example, property, for example, cash, for example, other valuable commodities, so on and so forth. So what we are trying to understand is that an individual would like to protect his life and possessions. Now, to protect that, now protect from what? Now protect from loss. At the same time, protect from anticipated risks. Right? So, an individual would like to protect his life and his possession from loss and anticipated risks. Now, what is the method to protect that? That method, if it is to be done in a Sharia compliant manner, is nothing but takaful. And this is what we are going to discuss in this lesson. Now let us discuss what could be those uncertain events. For example, uncertain events which could result in loss, damage, or financial difficulties. Now these uncertain events could be, for example, in the form of accidents. It could be, for example, theft. It could be, for example, disasters. It could be, for example, in the form of diseases. For example, it could be in the form of death. Right? So what we are saying is that the uncertain event could be in any form. It could be an accident, it could be a theft, it could be a disaster, it could be a disease, and it could be death. Now these are the uncertain events which would result in what? This would result in, for example, in loss, right? This would result in damage. For example, this would also result in financial difficulties. Let us try to understand what is the root word from which takaful was derived. Takaful, as we know, is basically an Arabic word, and the root word from which the word takaful was derived is a word called as kafala. And what it means is that it means to guarantee or to mutually guarantee. Okay. Now we also discussed that there are certain basic principles in takaful, and these principles are what we call as ta'awun, which is nothing but mutual assistance, and then tabarru, which is nothing but a gift or donation, right? So a group of people contribute to mutually assist each other. Now, the concept of takaful or the principles of takaful could be found in Quran and Sunnah. And in terms of the Arab society, okay, we clearly find two concepts which were very prevalent in the Arab society called as al-aqila and there was another concept called as asabiyya. Now, what asabiyya was all about was that it was about tribal solidarity. Now, to give you an example, for example, if there were members of caravan who were going on tours, okay, for their trade, now they used to mutually agree upon that they would assist each other in case if any member of the caravan would lost a camel, or if the goods were not sold, or the goods got damaged during the travel, so on and so forth. So we see that there was a kind of mutual assistance agreed upon by the members of the caravan. So what I'm trying to say is that the concept and the practice of takaful was in a way very common in the Arab culture and Arab society during the time of Islam and even prior to Islam. So the elements which were in line with the Quran and Sunnah were approved by Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, and they took a shape and form and continued in terms of practice. And what we understand is that takaful is basically a unilateral contract meant for helping each other. And the whole idea is that people contribute or donate to mutually assist each other. And after 1984, another important event which happened was that the Grand Council of Islamic Scholars in Makkah, Saudi Arabia, and the Majma' al-Fiqh had passed a resolution in 1985 that conventional insurance is not acceptable from Sharia point of view. And they had made it very clear that only takaful, which is based on cooperative principle, having the charitable donations concept, is permissible. And this has in fact given a tremendous stimulus for the growth of the takaful industry. And presently we can find takaful growing in various countries, both Muslims, and currently we find that takaful is growing, is growing rapidly in both Muslim and non-Muslim countries, and many institutions are being set up based on the principle of takaful.